Aloha! Welcome to Departures to Alpha Centauri, sponsored by the United Galactic Federation of Planets. My name is Merlin, and I'm your tour guide tonight. And we're going to take an awesome tour because as our special guest tonight, we have Mr. Ambassador of Aloha. We have Ernie Menehune right here beside me. Ernie is a local resident here in Tucson, and you guys are welcome to call in tonight and ask Ernie any kind of question you might like. He's more than happy to answer.
If I know the question, that's the answer.
That's true. Now, this is a level 1 program, as you can see by our Aloha shirts, and it's definitely a G-rated program. So this is open for all audiences, and no one should be offended in any way. So let's give a quick introduction. Ernie, come to find out, this was news to me, was Entertainer of the Year in 2007. Yeah. And right behind us, we have an enlargement of the newspaper article, and I can read it to you. Some of you that have high definition might be able to read it yourselves. This was from 2007, and Ernie is now 90 years old. But in this article, it says, Ernie Menehune was performing music of all styles, including country, pop, big band jazz, and Irish music. But he is most famous for his elaborate Polynesian reviews, including a big band, a chorus of singers and dancers. He's been a professional entertainer in excess of half a century and a fixture in the Tucson music community for more than 30 years. And then the article says, at 84, and Ernie's now 90, Menehune looks about 20 years younger than his deep tan, white teeth, sparkling eyes, Hawaiian shirt, and puka shell necklace. He arrives at an interview driving a massive red and silver sport van. What happened to that one?
Well, it kind of broke down.
It bit the dust, huh?
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay. Quote, my kids want me to give up the show and all that, but I say no because I still enjoy it, he says. The day I walk on that stage, because it's just work, just a job to make money, that's the day I quit. Billed for years as, quote, Hawaii's suntanned Irishman. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you Irish?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And I also found out that I'm not Hawaiian.
You're not Hawaiian? I thought you were. No, you were.
I'm Polynesian.
Oh, Polynesian. Okay. I thought you were.
I'm Portuguese, Hawaiian, German, Irish, and Filipino.
Oh. You were saying that you're Polynesian and Portuguese.
Portuguese, German,
right.
Irish, Filipino, you name it.
You're poi dog.
Yeah, yeah.
As we say in Hawaii.
My dad traveled a lot.
Oh, well, that might do it too. Sure. Well, let's go back. Let me continue, and then we'll put you more in the center after we finish this part.
Okay.
Your build is Hawaii's suntan Irishman.
Uh-huh.
He was a huge nightclub draw in the 1960s and 70s throughout the western United States, playing the supper club circuit, everywhere from Caesar's Palace in Tucson's once glamorous, but now in ruins, Spanish Trail on Interstate 10. Menehune recorded several albums, most now out of print, the bulk of them for small regional labels such as Roadrunner and Gold Crown. He has long been known for his velvety, quote, 3 to 5 octave, unquote, voice. You can do 5 octaves.
Yeah.
For those of you that are not familiar with music, on a keyboard, that's about that many keys. That's a lot of octaves. That's pretty good. Wow. You'll have to show us at some point here.
Okay.
Especially a beguiling falsetto. Wow. You're like...
I'm going to give you a shot.
Yeah, sure.
Kalua.
Try that again.
Kalua.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to do it. I'm not too much in voice right now.
Well,
maybe a shot of Kalua.
Yeah, that's true too. Get you some of that stuff we got on the floor.
Yeah.
Let's finish this.
Okay.
A full-time Tucson resident since 1974, when his agent, accountant, and manager insisted he channel some of his money into buying the 5-acre Menehune Ranch west of the Tucson Mountains, Menehune is the latest addition to Tucson Music Hall of Fame. In and around the Tucson Mountain Park area on Kinney Road, Menehune is still something of a celebrity. When he wanders into the donut shop or a Chinese restaurant, fans young and old greet him invariably with, "Aloha, Ernie."
Aloha.
Aloha. At the heart of his ranch is the Menehune village, where he has recreated a vast and lush Hawaiian garden, complete with a stage and a couple of bars, room for dozens of dining tables, tikis he carved himself, mature palm, palo verde, and cypress trees, as well as all manner of exotic plant life, and a huge fish pond and streams fed by a private well. The ground is covered with endless green indoor-outdoor carpet, and I love it. There's a story about that carpet that we'll get to in a minute. To give the appearance of lush lawns. The air in Menehune's village feels about 15 degrees cooler than it does around the harsh Sonoran sun. And that's true too. His palm trees and his fish pond really cool off the whole, your oasis.
My island.
Your Hawaiian island, yeah. I know, it's great. Quote, "I created this village because I was homesick for Hawaii," unquote, Menehune says. It's true that Menehune has some Irish blood, but his heritage also includes Hawaiian, Filipino, Portuguese, and German. Quote, "All that makes me the classic 20th century Polynesian with some native and some immigrant blood," he says. Menehune was born in 1923 in the Waimea Valley of the island of Kauai. And while we're talking about Kauai, those of you that are looking, well, we'll pull this back in a second, but right over Ernie's head in our background is the island of Kauai. The other islands are also behind us, but we can't see them until we get this board out of the way. Let's see, island of Kauai. A grade school dropout, he discovered his love of singing at an early age at home. When I was a kid, we had this large bathroom with a whole deal, including an old-fashioned bathtub on legs. But in those days, the idea of electronic reverb was unheard of, but I loved to sing in that bathroom because of the echo. I guess I was about 9 or 10 years old. That's cute.
Yeah.
The windows were open, and this neighbor of ours had finally had enough of my singing, so she yelled, quote, "Shut up!" unquote. And my mother, who was outside, heard that and yelled, quote, "Sing, boy, sing."
Yeah. Sing,
That's
son.
great. Yeah, this one says sing, boy, but
yes.
sing, son?
Sing, son.
Yeah. It's like, go, girl, go. And I've been singing ever since. After working in his dad's plumbing business for many years and singing in small bands in the Hawaiian Islands, Menehune, as a young man, decided he, quote, wanted to see what was on the other side of the ocean, unquote. In 1952, he moved to California and pumped gas for a few months at a Hollywood service station. I decided California was too cold for me, so someone told me to move 400 miles east to Arizona, and that would warm me up. He wound up in Scottsdale in 1953. He practiced plumbing while moving up through the ranks of several local and regional Polynesian groups before starting his own band in the early 1960s. I toured around a lot on the circuit and would always come to Tucson to stop and redo the review for a while at the Spanish Trail. Sometimes I would stop for 5 weeks before going back to Nevada, Vegas, Reno, Lake Tahoe. Menehune's beloved wife, Beverly, who used to be half of the dancing duo, the Waikiki Twins, died about 5 years ago. So that'd be actually 10 years ago now.
Yeah. It was 2002.
2002, yeah. He has, listen to this, he has 10 kids. Ernie is very lucrative, something like that. Yeah, you're creative.
There's all kinds of names for it.
Whatever, yeah, that's what counts. He has 10 kids, all in their 50s. Hey, I did put the ukulele down sometimes, he says. Oh, that's cute. Love that. Menehune still performs up to 5 times a week. A lot of my performances are now in nursing homes or out in Green Valley for the people who remember the music, unquote. These days, he usually sings with the accompaniment of keyboard player Larry Armstrong rather than a whole band. Quote, with the keyboard, you can just punch up drums, bass, and a saxophone, even a Hawaiian guitar, Menehune says. He was scheduled to play this week at the August 15th Tammy's ceremony. That's the
Meet Yourself. Tucson Meet Yourself.
Tucson Area Music Awards, yeah. Yeah, interesting. But that was in 2007, so it's
I'm still doing
past
it.
history. You're still in it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And is heading to San Diego for an August 17th appearance at the Tiki Oasis 7 Polynesian Music Festival. He plays monthly at the Kon-Tiki restaurant on East Broadway, but you're still doing that?
That's
Oh, you are? Oh, wow. That's at East Broadway near Swan Road, and you can okay. Menehune also will host a large-scale luau in Menehune Village on
in March
March of last year, or this year.
this year.
Yeah, okay. To benefit the Tucson Polynesian Society, Tucson Polynesian Society. Quote, we sell only 300 tickets because we only have so much room, he says about the sold-out event. Connecting with longtime fans is one of Menehune's greatest joys, he says. Sometimes at shows, people bring their albums up to me to sign, and I see that I already signed them years ago. So I just signed them again.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
I really love that. Now what we'll do is pull this out of the way, and then you guys can see the rest of Hawaii behind us here. So behind us, you can see the island of Hawaii, which is behind me, down here at the bottom. Can't quite see it. Let me scoot around more this way. And I'll move Ernie's name out of the way. So in July, I started a series called Departures to Hawaii. And we are continuing with that series. Right here is the Big Island. And I'm from the Hilo side over here. And then our volcano is down here, Kilauea Volcano. Kona is on this side. And then as we go up the chain, we have Maui right here. Kahoholavi is over here. Molokai right there. Lanai is right here. Oahu is right there. And then Ernie's Island of Kauai is right up here over his head.
Right.
That's Kauai and the little island of Niihau. And in previous programs, I've told you guys that those islands look like this guy. This is a Triceratops. And the head of the dinosaur would be the Big Island. And then Maui is his front shoulder, Kahoolavi, Molokai, Lanai, Oahu, Kauai. Kauai is the end of his tail. Kauai and Niihau are the end of his tail. So that's our Triceratops. And as time goes by little, I'm doing more and more programs to explain to you guys what it means. There's a very important reason that Hawaii looks
That's
like
right.
a beast, a dinosaur. And you actually find it talked about in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 2. Oh, hey, we have a phone call. Hold tight. Hello? Are you there?
Yes, my name is Luke.
Oh,
I
Luke,
talked to
Luke.
you once before.
Yeah, Luke from St. Louis. You're watching us online. Are you watching on the Access Tucson website?
Yeah, I saw it on the website there.
Wow, good for you. Since I've got you, let me find out. Is the phone number on the website? Can you actually see it?
Yes, I can see it on the screen there.
That's great to know. That's great news. I've never known for sure if the phone number was put out along with the phone numbers from that go up on the cable stations here in Tucson. But yeah, Luke, how you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I was meaning to ask you about a question. I think you told me last time that you actually had some bottles with that water for the healing.
I have the bottles, but they're unfortunately still empty. We have not yet received the healing fluid, but I promise you it's coming. It is coming. And I've still got your address, and you'll be the first one to get some, because you told me about your medical problem, and I'm told that it will definitely help. In Dr. Frank's book, Stranger at the Pentagon, he talks about how the commander, Valiant Thor, offered a cure for all sicknesses and disease, and even in immortality. He was a cure for death, and this was back in 1957, and President Eisenhower turned him down. Eisenhower said, hey, it would put doctors, nurses, hospitals, and insurance companies out of business, and we're sorry, but we don't want immortality. We want people to continue getting sick and dying. That's got to be one of the most pathetic things a politician has ever said. So they didn't get it in 57, but anytime now, it's coming. We're still going to get it, and you're going to be the first to get some. And you can tell us how it worked.
Yeah, I'll have to order some. But I was going to ask.
No, Luke, it's free. You don't have to pay. This is free for the world. Anybody in the world can have this. We will send you the small box, and it'll have 3 bottles in it. And all you do is pour a capful of this stuff anywhere on the body, and everything you've got will be healed. And you only have to do it once. And the bottle will hold probably 50, 60 capfuls, so you can share the bottle with everybody, go to a nursing home and a hospital and heal all those people. Screw those doctors. Let them go home. And then there'll be 2 other bottles as well. So if you need any more, then you're welcome to have all you want.
Oh, that sounds neat. Well, I had one other question about
Sure.
the departures.
Yeah.
Last time when I talked to you, now when people go to Alpha Centauri, you remember how you were talking about the body had 3 different parts?
Yes, right. Physical,
Were you meaning
astral.
that people will physically go there, or only spiritually will we?
Physically. In today's world,
Oh, okay.
in today's world, remember, we have people that leave this world. They literally leave this world, but they also come back. It's called a near-death experience. People can be in a car accident, have a heart attack, be in some kind of disaster where their spirit, their astral body, leaves their body, and they go to the other side. They go to like heaven, and they usually meet up with family and friends that have passed before them, and then after a certain time, they come back into their bodies. Well, when they come back, they have this incredible story to tell about this wonderful place that they've just been. Well, they crossed over to the astral side of our world. Our world is more than just this physical planet. There's another world right next to us that's made of astral material. It's identical to this world, but it doesn't have atoms. It's still, and the case was, I knew a flight attendant at my airline before I retired, whose uncle played in the band with Israel Kamakaviva Oli. He was in the Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau. And Ernie, did you ever get to meet
No, I
Is?
never had the pleasure.
Well, was our Elvis Presley in Hawaii, and you still hear his music. I just saw a movie coming over yesterday from Hawaii on my airline, and it had Iz's music. Well, he's been dead for like 15 years. He died before
It's been a
2000.
while, yep.
Well, this uncle of the flight attendant had a heart attack. And next thing he knows, he's on the beach in Makaha with Iz. And they're talking about all the great times they had, all the gigs they played, and all the people they knew. And then all of his family and friends are around them. And he knows he's in Hawaii because he recognizes the Waianae Mountains down here on Oahu. He's on the, oh, this is hard to do. He's on the west side of Oahu. Over here is Makaha. And he recognizes these mountains right here. And he's down here on the beach with Israel Kamakaviva Oli. And they're having this great conversation. And he's surrounded by this warm, loving light. It's daytime, and it's always daytime. There's not even a sun. And the best part is, there's no high-rises, there's no freeways, there's no hotels. It's the old Hawaii. The giant banyan trees, all the palms, it's the old Hawaii. And they have this wonderful conversation for about 6 hours down on the beach. And then all of a sudden, Iz says, "Hey, bro, hate to tell you this, you got to go back." And her uncle says, "No, no," and poof, and he's back in the hospital, and he's recovering from a massive heart attack. But he has just been to the other side. He's had a near-death experience. He now knows how beautiful it is. And in reality, that's home. This world is not our home. We're sent down here to experience life, and it's not fun. It's torment. It's torture. But it's the only way to understand what life is about. But really, we belong over there. And once people have a chance to go over there and find out how beautiful it is,
They don't want to come back.
they don't want to come back. So that's why when we're born into this world, we lose all memory of what it was like from where we came. Because if we remembered how great it was, we'd just wait around until we died. We'd all be couch potatoes, or we'd be committing suicide. And now suicide is bad, because these bodies are a gift. You had to wait for 50 other people to get their bodies before you got this body. You actually had to wait for your chance to come down and live this life. These bodies are very precious, and you don't waste a body. You actually piss off the big guys upstairs, if you were to kill yourself. So you stay here until they're ready to let you go home. You must experience all the things that you asked to have happen to you. Because we actually make up a chart, and we come down here and experience all these things. And all the bad things that happen to you in this life are not anybody's fault. You ask for them. On your chart, you put down all the things that you want to be challenged by, and then you overcome those things. So whether it's addictions, or it's disabilities, or infirmities, or anything, you wanted it. You asked for it. And we learned to overcome. And then we're better. And then we end this life, we go home for a while, usually 50 years, according to Sylvia Brown, and then we come back and live another life. We get another body as a baby, and we start over again. And we remember every one of these lives, but only when we're not here. Unless we're hypnotized. When people are hypnotized, they remember past lives. And according to, not Ruth Montgomery, but another famous writer, starts with B, Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon has a series of books, and she talks about all these people that she's given past life regression, hypnosis, and they have all these incredible memories that come flooding out. But we only remember them when we're in a hypnotic state, because our conscious mind has to block them. Because if you suddenly started remembering what you were doing 100 years ago, then you'd have to ask yourself, well, was that yesterday or was that 100 years ago? And we'd be also confused that it'd be chaos. So our past lives are blocked out from our conscious mind. They're in our subconscious, but not in our conscious.
I see.
And it's all about living lives.
I said that was interesting. Are you going to explain what the significant role of Hawaii has in the departures?
Yes. On my pre-recorded programs, the other ones that are online, it starts the whole series about, it's called Pieces of the Puzzle. And it involves the beasts, like this island chain, and it involves Tucson, the Tucson mountain that Ernie and I live right next to. We're actually in the mouth of the dragon. We're in the mouth of the T-Rex. And it involves the pyramids, and especially the Great Pyramid of Egypt that we talked about last program, not the live program, but the tape recorded. And it talks about it involves the Bible, Book of Revelation. Just all the ingredients are there to explain what's happening right now in our world. It's an amazing story. And little by little, we're going to keep trying to bring out more pieces so it all makes sense. But thank you for calling.
Oh, yeah, it was good to talk to you again, Merlin.
Absolutely, Luke.
I'll see you.
Okay, aloha, ahui ho. And folks, remember, this is the live call-in, so you're welcome to call up and ask Ernie questions. And here's Ernie. The phone numbers are on the screen for those of you that are on cable, and it's also on Access Tucson on the website. That's great. I'm glad Luke called up and told us that the phone numbers come up online. So in the meantime, we have more about Ernie. This is a publication?
Yeah, from Hawaii.
Yeah, let me get a close-up on this one so you can see it better. Those of you, once again, with, what do you call it, HD, high definition, might be able to read this.
I'm not too good with that.
I'll read it for you guys.
If you ask me to sing a song, I'll do it.
Oh,
No.
well, you want? Well,
No, I can't.
let's do this one. It says, Happy Menehune Day, Father's Day, and Uncle's Day. And it says, Uncle Ernie Menehune lives with Aloha, and it's spelled out, A-L-O-H-A. And then at the beginning it says A stands for Akahai, meaning kindness, to be expressed with tenderness. Mm-hmm. L stands for Lokahi, meaning unity, to be expressed with harmony. O stands for Olu Olu, meaning agreeable, to be expressed with pleasantness. I know Olu Olu. I mean, it's also pretty and nice. Yeah. H stands for Ha'aha'a, meaning humility, to be expressed with modesty. A stands for Ahonui, meaning patience, to be expressed with perseverance. This is Uncle Ernie, the, quote, spirit of Aloha. Pumehana me ke aloha ahui ho. And this was signed by who?
Julie.
Julie? I can't quite read the
I can
down
see
at the bottom.
at the bottom,
It's
yeah.
slightly faded, yeah, so you can't quite read it.
Pumihana ke.
Yeah.
Maybe make aloha awiho. Yeah, pumihana. Make aloha awiho. I can't remember her name. It's Julie.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue on if you want.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why.
And he has another certificate of recognition. This one is impressive. I love this. This was presented to Ernie Menehune, a certificate of recognition, and it's presented by Mayor Bernard P. Carvalho, Jr.
Cavallo.
Cavallo. I have to roll the L. Huh?
Yeah.
Jr., County of Hawaii, July 3rd, 2011. And it says, on behalf of the people of Kauai, it is with great pleasure that I take this opportunity to recognize you for being, quote, an extraordinary citizen of Kauai and Tucson. Not just Kauai, but Tucson as well. You're multinational.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The island of Tucson.
The island of Tucson and the island of Hawaii. Maybe we could somehow stick Tucson somewhere in this background up here and make it part of the chain. Well, it could be, I guess. Just have to extend our map about 20 feet, and it would fit. Continuing, it says, as Tucson's, quote, king of Polynesian entertainment, unquote, your talented gift of playing a variety of music ranging from Hawaiian, jazz, to Irish folk tunes truly complements your skills as a musician and entertainer. We also acknowledge your title as, quote, King of the Aloha Spirit, unquote, for sharing your original wood carvings of tikis for the Kauai Kauvela Summer Festival trophies. Your participation, kindness, and commitment to the festival, the people of Kauai, and visitors from around the world are truly inspirational, and especially to your niece, Ilima Rivera, the director and founder of the Kauvela Summer Festival. On behalf of the County of Kauai and its residents, we wish you continued good health, happiness, and prosperity. May ke aloha pumihana, Mayor Bernard P. Carvalho, Jr., County of Hawaii, Kauai, July 3rd, 2011. That is very nice.
Thank you.
And I love this story, how you go to Kauai. Is it once a year or twice a year?
Yeah, once a year.
Once a year. In June or July? July. And you, with a chainsaw, you carve tikis. This man, who will be 91 years old in January, takes a chainsaw and carves images in coconut tree, palm tree trunks. And they're incredible. His property over...
I should have brought one over. We could show.
That would have been fun. Yeah, we could have put it back here and added it to the scenery, to the background. Oh, we have a call. Let's catch them. Hold tight. Aloha. Who's this?
Hello. How you doing?
Just great.
Good.
What's your name?
I just want to make a comment about one thing that you were talking about before, when you were saying that people on the other side, it's better on the other side, and back here is more like torture. I don't really think it's more like torture. I know there's a lot of things we go through in life that's torture, but I think it's more or less based on the Hindus' belief in the wheel of life that we keep trying to achieve nirvana, and we come back each time to learn a lesson that we needed to learn to reach that perfection.
Yes. Now, in that case, that's correct. If you screw up the first life and you don't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, then you can come back, or you may have to come back and try to fix it the second time. And exactly, karma is the other word. If you cause pain or injury to any other living thing, you get a debt. And either you clear it in this life, or you have to come back for the next life and try to clear it in the next life.
That's right. You're familiar with the wheel of life as far as the Hindus do, right?
Not really.
Okay, well, if you look on the internet, look up the wheel of life, and it'll show you exactly what you're saying, the stages we go through life to try to reach nirvana. The Hindus believe, and if they don't reach nirvana in this life, they reincarnate to come back and to try to reach nirvana, which is perfection. So it's basically actually just what you're actually saying. But if you get a chance, just Google the wheel of life, and you'll see it. It goes right from birth through, life, through suffering, through death. And like I say, the objective is to try to reach nirvana. And until they do, they're reincarnated and they keep coming back. But I believe, God has a plan for us to come back and, like you say, to learn the things that we haven't learned or the things that we need to learn to make us the best people we can to be when we finally get to heaven and decide or reach the point where, we don't need to come back anymore.
Right. You're getting feedback. I better let you go. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You folks may have noticed that I just opened a container and it's full of our, what are the fish eggs called from Russia?
I forgot.
He and I are both having a senior moment. Oh, jeez. No. But what are the fish eggs? Isn't this crazy? Hey, somebody out there, call us up and tell us what the name for fish eggs is. We can't remember. But
come on, bro.
What is?
I forget. You know something?
Yeah, that's totally blank.
Yeah, but I got an excuse. I'm going to be 91.
Yeah, that's right. He's 28 years older than me, so I should be one ashamed. And in the movie Big with Tom Hanks, filmed many years ago, there's that great scene where he's eating the fish eggs. Darn, what is the word? Somebody out there has to know the name of fish eggs from Russia. There we go. Hi there. Do you know the name of fish eggs from Russia?
Yes, caviar.
Caviar. Thank you.
Okay, I just called you before, but as soon as I hung up, I heard you say that, and I go, I know what that is. Not that I've ever eaten it, but that's what it is.
Yeah, that's great. We're both pulling blanks.
Yeah, well, there you go. That
caviar.
Happens. Not unusual. All right, buddy, you have a good night.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Aloha.
Okay, my name is Dennis. I call the other shows.
Oh, you have?
I'll call you again. I watch your show now that you're live. I see you more.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that.
Okay, I'm a good friend of Mr. Bill's.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Bill knows me real well. Yeah, he'll be coming on in a couple hours.
He's tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's tonight. He's at 8 o'clock, yeah.
Oh, I'll be darned. He's after me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Bill and me go back a long time. Yeah, matter of fact, I've been a caller to Access Tucson since 1986.
Oh, my gosh. That's almost from the inception.
They used to be on Channel 47. I used to work nights at the city, and I'd come home and watch this show called You're the Expert, and it would come on at about 1 o'clock, and then they had no time limit. They'd stay on all night long. They'd be on every night. There was no set times or anything. They'd stay on 3, 4, 5 hours, and they'd be on every single night.
Now, you're making a good point. Everybody that has Cox cable in Tucson has a line item on their bill for Access Tucson.
Yeah.
And everybody's paying up to $2 a month for Access Tucson.
Yep.
And Cox Cable sets aside $2 million a year for Access Tucson because of that law that was passed in '84 by Goldwater when he was a senator. And it says all the cable companies that set up in these new communities have to provide money for public television.
Yep.
Well, this station should be receiving $2 million a year.
Hey, but believe me, I know it because, like I say, I've been watching since '86, and the shows used to be on every week. Like I say, that one show, the Expert, was on every night, and they'd stay on 3 or 4 hours. They'd be on as long as they wanted. Of course, there wasn't as many shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when you got 24/7.
They were on all the time. You go down there and go on whenever you wanted, all the time. And they have that fee that they're supposed to put to Access, but they cut your guys' budget way back.
The city of Tucson is stealing.
Like I say, I go back to '86, so I know it.
Yeah, the city of Tucson is stealing. I'm going to come out and say this. They are stealing $1.7 million from the residents of Tucson.
Exactly.
That money is not designated for the city of Tucson. That money is designated for this TV station.
For the cable company. That's right, for the free stations.
If we could get a group of citizens together and file a lawsuit against the city of Tucson to turn that money back, because that money is earmarked for this TV station. It's not for any other purpose.
I see it on my cable bill all the time, and you're exactly right.
So either the cable company has to refund all that money.
I'll sign the petition, buddy.
There you go. Yep. Well, let's get one started. We'll start a ground, what do you call it?
Do you have an email address?
Yeah, but I don't get much mail at that.
Okay.
You can just, contact me on YouTube.
Okay.
On my YouTube website.
Okay.
And maybe we'll get something started and start passing it around.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we need to raise hell. Because that money belongs to this TV
I love
station.
Access. Like I say, they all know me down there. I call all the shows. I've been calling since '86, and I was a young man then. I'm 63 now, so I was a young man in '86.
I'll be darned.
I know a lot. I've seen like the guys that are coming on after you, Hectic Adams
Yeah.
show. I saw those guys when they were in high school when they first started. They've known me ever since then too.
Wow.
They were just 16-year-old kids when they first started their show.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yep.
Well,
All right,
thank you,
guys,
sir.
You have a good night. I'll give you a call again next show, and I'll contact you on the website, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, sounds
All
great.
right, bye-bye.
Aloha.
Hoi ho. Anybody have questions for Ernie since we've got him here? We've got the phone lines open. You're welcome to call in.
We're having ahi.
Yeah, well, that's the fun part. This is ahi, and this particular variety is called. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it better. There it is. It's out of focus if I put it too close. This has spicy sauce on it. This one's called tsunami, and tsunami is a Japanese word for tidal wave. Well, this has got a punch to it, pretty potent, and it uses ahi, which is the yellowfin tuna, and they also put in imitation crab, and then a bunch of spices.
Yeah.
But this is our. Did we forget it again?
Wasabi.
What's the name for fish eggs from Russia? Caviar.
Caviar.
This is our Hawaiian caviar.
Yeah.
Everybody over here on the mainland eats raw fish eggs, which they seem to consider a delicacy. Well, all of us in Hawaii eat raw ahi right out of the sea. They pull that fish up out of the water and they start slicing them up, and it is just
Ono.
delicious. It is incredibly delicious. It's really, really good. And I kind of cut mine with some mayonnaise because our Safeway stores in Hawaii
I love it.
use a lot of spice on it. So
I
it's
like
pretty
the way
strong.
you do it.
Oh, you do? Well,
Yeah.
great. So whenever I come home from Hawaii now, I bring Ernie some ahi. They call it ahi poki. And this one's ahi poki tsunami. And no calls. I don't know why. So it's pretty good stuff. Folks, we have a little more than 10 minutes left. I hope we get some calls for Ernie. But he has some incredible stories. You used to work in Vegas as the opening act for who?
Caesar's Palace.
And for what entertainers?
With entertainers like
Yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and but I was just a flunky.
No, you weren't.
But
You were the opening act. Didn't you start the shows for them?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you got to meet
And,
those guys close up.
a lot of them.
And you have a hula halau
Oh, I had a little lot. Yeah,
here in Hawaii, in Tucson.
all over. I went all over into Canada and.
Yeah. And I filmed them last year. We did a video. You guys can watch it online right now. It's called A Night at Uncle Lono's. And all those kids in the video, there's a woman that's reading the story about A Night at Uncle Lono's. And the kids are all Ernie's hula girls.
Yeah.
And then when he does his luau's, his shows, they perform. And it's great.
The Menehune, they call the Menehune dancers.
Yeah. Oh, and we should explain what Menehune
Yeah.
is all about. Now, your first name, your original
My real
birth name,
Yeah, my dad's.
right, is
Rivera.
Rivera.
That's very. My brother is very popular on the island of Kauai. Larry Rivera.
and what happened in
yeah.
Vegas
Oh, when I was
when you were performing?
I was performing. Yeah,
You were Ernie
Rivera.
Menehune on stage,
Oh yeah,
but you were Ernie Rivera in your private life.
right.
And who made you change it to Menehune?
Uncle Sam did that.
Right.
Yeah,
Can you
'cause
guys believe this? The IRS called him.
Yeah, it says you're using both names
Right.
and you're receiving money on the
Was that
Menehune and Rivera.
Oh, on your paychecks.
And so I was born in the valley of Menehune. Actually, I hated the name Menehune.
You did?
Oh yeah, because when you're a young guy, you're a little kid. Hey, you little Menehune.
Oh.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
When you're young,
Right.
you want to fight. Those are fighting words.
But
But when I became in the entertainment world and received checks on the Menehune, I said, hey,
Yeah.
I got the wrong name.
That was a status symbol then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the curious part about Menehune is that before the Hawaiians arrived in Hawaii, whenever they did arrive, everything was ready for them. There were roads, there were waterways, there were walls. Everything was put together. And it was by these little people called Menehunes. They were kind of like the gnomes in Europe. And I believe, some people believe, that they're actually related. They're like cousins to the gnomes.
Oh, the leprechauns.
Yeah. Well, leprechauns are more mythical or legendary. But gnomes are real. And there are books out there that actually map the different areas where gnomes live in Europe and America. There's gnomes on this side of the world too. But the Menehunes were in Hawaii, and they were very industrious, and they built all kinds of things. And they do it overnight, in just a blink of an eye. They could build a fish pond or a road or a canal or anything. And when the Hawaiians arrived in Hawaii, everything was ready for them. It was all pre-planned. Like the Hawaiians were sent to Hawaii for a reason. The Hawaiians are in Hawaii for a reason, as in pieces of the puzzle, these programs that I'm doing. And Ernie plays into that. Music is important, and Hawaii is just famous for its music. And Ernie's the ambassador of Aloha. He puts on all these programs and treats us. He entertains us. He gives us the privilege of hearing Hawaiian music.
Yeah.
And it's important. It's very important to our world, to what's happening now and what's coming. Music plays a very important role. And on my other shows where I wear a plaid shirt and I talk about angels, angels like music, angels and harps. So it's all part of the big picture.
Yeah.
And I really hope somebody would call tonight and ask Ernie a question. Anybody out there? Anybody that's in Tucson and has gone to some of Ernie's shows? What more can you tell us about Sinatra?
Sinatra? Gosh, it's been so long, and I'm so young.
Yeah.
I can't forget the highlights,
Was he nice to you?
Huh?
Was he nice to you?
Oh, he was a beautiful gentleman.
Did you guys have long conversations or just
No, just brief.
brief?
Oh, yeah. But all the guys around me, see, after the shows, we'd probably go to some night restaurants and sit down and have,
Yeah.
after show dinner and
Sure, have a few drinks.
and stuff,
Yeah. Right. And Sinatra would go with you? He'd join in?
I'd go with them.
Oh, okay. Right.
They wouldn't go with me.
Yeah. Well, that's
Oh,
neat.
yeah, like I said, I was always on the sideline,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You were the little boy.
That's
in
right.
Menehune.
Yeah, what's that guy, Liberace?
Oh, Liberace. You got to meet him?
Oh, yeah, I went to his birthday. There's a lot of names that I can't think of off the top of my head.
How about Dean Martin?
Oh, yeah.
Was he a character?
Oh, yeah.
Did he drink as much as he acted?
No. It was put on bigger than what he really did.
It was just a
wasn't.
show.
It wasn't a slopping drunk,
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. How about Sammy Davis Jr.?
Oh yeah.
He was
Boy.
fun?
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. That's another reason why I hung out with him. After the shows, when we go and relax and have something to eat and drink, they're still on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, among us people.
They entertain?
Entertaining, and just rehearsing. I guess you'd call it. Using us as
A soundboard?
yeah.
To see how they came across. I keep watching this keyboard because I hope somebody will call. I'm assuming that you guys are enjoying this program so much you don't want to ask questions. So we'll forgive you for not calling.
Yeah.
And you have 10 kids. And how many grandkids?
I was going to tell you, I have 11.
11. Wow. Even more.
Yeah. 7 wives.
7 wives? I don't think I knew that.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't tell everything,
Well, you're telling the world right now.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the longest marriage that you had?
Longest marriage is I had 5 children from my first wife,
Yeah.
and I guess that would probably be the longest.
Yeah. And the oldest now is in his 60s?
My oldest.
Oldest son?
Oh yeah, they're late. No, they're in the 70s.
Oh, 70s. Wow.
Yeah.
Heaven's
I
sakes.
got married when I was 21.
Yeah, yeah. And how many grandkids do you have now?
Oh, I got a.
That's a few.
Yeah. No, I just didn't remember. And as a matter of fact, I'm a great grandfather.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
They're just piling on, huh?
yeah,
It's like you must have a PhD.
yeah.
You're piled higher and deeper?
You know, one of my sons, because I traveled, you know, I got married.
Yeah.
One of my sons, I didn't meet him till he was 47.
You're kidding. Did you know he was born?
Oh yeah, I knew he was there,
But you just never...
I just moving so fast, you know,
Oh.
moving
Where,
around the country.
where was he? In the U.S.?
Oh yeah, in California.
Oh. But you never got a chance to meet him
Yeah,
till he was 47.
yeah.
And he knew you were...
Oh, he more than that. He's probably 47, 48, probably 50 now.
Oh, so you just met him recently.
Yeah, yeah,
This was the first time you've met him.
yeah. He was 47 years old.
Wow. And he knew you were his father all along?
Yeah,
But did you guys have contact at all?
no.
Not even letters or phone calls?
Especially one day I was having my luau at my place,
Yeah.
and my ex-wife says, "I'm bringing."
Such and such. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm telling more than I should.
Ah,
Well, that's okay.
that's interesting.
I had a good life.
Well, that's the way to live it, too.
That's right.
That's
Good.
right.
I had a
Life,
good.
life is meant to be lived. It's all about living a long time. We are about to go off the air. I've got 29 seconds left. Well,
Bye.
we're going to sit here and continue to enjoy this ahi. Hope you guys have enjoyed the program. We'll see you in December. And I'd like to wish you all aloha and ahui ho. Until next time.
Aloha.
Aloha.